cases. Well, some health experts warn that Turkey could become another pandemic hotspot. It has the 10th largest number of confirmed cases in the world, with more than 18,000 infections. On Thursday, 79 patients died, taking the total to 356 there. More than 15.5 million people live in Istanbul. The city's mayor says 2 million of them are still going about their lives as normal. Let's take this on. We can speak to Ünal Çevi, who's the deputy chair of the Republican People's Party, or CHP, and that's the main opposition party in Turkey, and he joins us on Skype from Istanbul right now. Mr. Çevi, welcome to the program. First of all, sir, just tell us more about how bad the situation is in Istanbul and why the mayor is calling for a full lockdown.
Well, I think there is an increase of the contamination and the infected every 2 days, and it is doubling. And every day around 7 p.m. Turkish local time, the Minister of Health makes a press statement, and he's probably going to unveil the number of infected today, and also he's going to give the new death numbers. Currently, as you have mentioned, we have close to 20,000 infected all over the country, and Istanbul seems to be the epicenter. It is close to 9,000, and it may surpass probably 10,000 today. The Istanbul mayor, of course, is asking for a lockdown. The reason for that is it is growing with a very serious exponential rate. Why Recep Tayyip Erdogan does not take that kind of a decision is probably simply because he does not want to slow down the economy. But the economy is already slowed down. There is recession, and he simply does not want to stop the whole economy. Istanbul is the center of Turkish business and Turkish economy, and that is also one of the reasons why he does not want to keep people at home. We are hearing recommendations from the governor's office that people should stay home, and that's the only thing that we can hear. There is no enforcement of a lockdown. Unless this enforcement happens, I'm afraid the numbers are going to continue rising, and we will probably see in a couple of weeks a peak, and Istanbul is probably going to be one of the most infected cities all over the world, and also in Turkey.
Right, there are already, as you've alluded to, quite stringent restrictions in place, but 2 million residents are still going about their business and presumably mingling freely.
That is correct. In the quarter that I live, which is very central in Istanbul, I see people walking around and going to their shopping, and most of the shops are still open. I understand that, of course, because it is necessary for the daily needs of the people. However, if this goes on like that, of course, we are all expecting a peak in the number of infected and in the death. As far as the hospitals are concerned, there are already more than 1,000 people in the intensive care units. It seems that Istanbul, for the moment, is coping with the intensive care unit facilities and the hospital facilities. But it is also announced that about 65% of intensive care units are already full. And if the exponential rate of contamination continues like that, I'm afraid this will also become a problem soon.
The government has introduced a $15 billion rescue package. Do you think that's sufficient?
No, definitely not. This is not enough for the Turkish population, and according to the standards of the Turkish economy's poor performance, I'm afraid every day unemployment rate is going and it is increasing. It's not only the people who are having regular working positions, it is also the people who are working on a daily basis on the streets, for example, those street sellers who are now jobless, and they are being affected the most severely, unfortunately. And the number which has been mentioned and unveiled by the government is very low according to the numbers that we hear from all the other countries.
That's the Deputy Chair of the Republican People's Party, Ünal Çevi. We do appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
To